Greetings, residents of Drucker County. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to State of Decay 2 Red Cross. Episode 19, New Sheriff in Town. So before I start, I want to quickly say a little bit about Update 38, which is the final update for State of Decay 2. After 38 updates over the past 6 years, they're finally done updating State of Decay, moving and transitioning their focus to State of Decay 3. So what the update primarily does is it unlocks all of the timed and exclusive skins. So in previous updates, there were certain skins for certain events, like Halloween skins, etc. So all those skins are now like findable, as is the themed vehicles, because they won't have like thematic events anymore heading forward. They've also done a bunch of quality of life improvements to the game as well. So like water will slow down your vehicles, you can manage community inventories more easily, zombies won't mass spawn after noise events, things of that nature. And a whole host of fixes too. So there's a lot of hot fixing in this patch. And it might not be the last patch, but it's the last major patch. There might be some follow-up hot fixes. So let's get started. And I wanted to ask you guys what to do right at the start. So we have some options. That's not where that's supposed to be. 1 minute. There we go. We can scavenge for needed supplies. So we are still upgrading our outposts, which would primarily be building materials and influence, and upgrading some of the things in the base. We could add another outpost. Now, the only issue with adding another outpost is likely if we vote for adding another outpost, it would just be upgrading one. We could trade with neighbors. We could go scouting. We could build up the base. We could do a mission. We did have one mission being called for now. Or we can add a member. I could do a radio call about trying to locate survivors, which is a fairly reliable way to add new members to your community. Eventually, I think the idea and goal is going to be to clear out the 4 hearts in the northeast to claim that area as our future base. But that does mean that we're going to need a lot more influence before we do that. And then on top of all the influence, we are going to need 4 more community members. So that is a bridge we'll have to cross at some point. All right, I am going to let Vonda here rest up a bit, because she is the only one hurt and tired. And then the other thing I wanted to have you guys do is choose who should be a leader, because we now have 4 heroes in our group, and we can pick one of the 4 to become hero. So you'll be voting on that in a minute as well. All right, Glencoe, I think you need to level up the most, so I'm going to switch to you. So in terms of community inventory, if you click on them and hold C, you can now open their inventories without actually having to find them in person, which allows you to interact with anybody's inventory, so you don't have to go like hunt for them within your base like you used to. So that's a pretty significant quality of life improvement, if I do say so myself.
To get myself
okay. Vonda's resting up. We have 23 minutes of friendly broadcast. We have got 5 minutes of IEDs, but no more time on the Plague Disruptor. I'm probably not going to turn on Plague Disruptor until we absolutely need it, because it is expensive to upkeep. So it looks to me like you guys want me to expand our number. Got it. So if we take a look at our community here, or rather our base, I should say, we do have 2 free beds, so we can add comfortably 2 more people before it becomes a morale issue. Worst case scenario, we could also break down the latrine or something like that, and then add another outdoor bedding area if we want to get up to 8 within our base. That's not necessarily unreasonable. So let's go ahead and add some new people. Or call for survivors. Choice, thank you for all the bits, and cheers. I don't want to say that this is necessarily going to add to finding people to join.
Hello, is there anybody out there?
But it might.
I'm looking for survivors. Hello?
What's up?
All right. So Glencoe is going to head on out and welcome new people to the neighborhood. Welcome Samantha and the free riders to town. And they are... they're in a really bad spot. Alright, I mean, it is what it is. They are where they are, so we'll do our best. But, we might want to handle that heart for them at some point. So, for those that do not remember, there's an active heart, like, right here, sending zombies at us.
That feral's head is armored.
What fair? Oh, I hate when you do that. There's a swarm there. Okay. Good to know. Yep. There is definitely a feral in that group. I don't really want to leave it to the rest of the community to deal with, so I'll take that out myself. Come on, little one. Mr. Big Angry. Alright, there we go. So in about 4 minutes, I'm going to reactivate the IEDs so that it's not so easy to send infestation and siege hordes our way.
Better not screw around here if I want to avoid blood plague.
And I'm pretty sure the heart around here is already active, so it doesn't really matter if there's a screamers or if I kill anything. Because it's already active, so there's really no penalties for killing plague zombies in this vicinity. The radio call to find survivors is now on a 30-minute cooldown. So it's possible that I do it again if I don't end up with recruits from this. So I'm going to spend a second. I did... it's not one of the formal rules, but it's a rule that I've, like, adopted throughout this series, which is that I don't intend to disband any enclaves unless they're down to their last member. So, this isn't necessarily a great way to recruit new people if they have full members. So, we are welcoming them to the town. And let's go ahead and just do a little bit of trading. Yeah, I'll take a gas can. The other way to recruit people is just to drive around and see if anyone radios for help. Because if they radio for help and you go help, often at the end of the event, they will ask to join you. Whereas what I just did here adds a new enclave, and unless I want to disband the enclave, which I don't, it doesn't actually lead to new members.
I gotta watch the noise.
So after doing a little looting here, that's exactly what I intend to do, is just to drive around and see if I can't trigger a potential person to ask for help. But yeah, this enclave is like sleeping in a really horrible spot because this is where the local active heart sends enemies from. So it's it's real bad.
That one doesn't see us yet. Good to see you.
I got some stuff to trade.
Sure, why not?
And just selling some of the junk I scrounged in their own backyard. It's sort of it's like kind of like theft. Technically, it's not their shed, but it does feel like theft. Maybe I did get the active heart here. I'm not 100% sure how many active hearts there are. But I'll drive the stuff that I have back to the cell phone tower, reactivate the cell phone tower's ID field, and then what I think I might do is do the Aunt Prepper quest. And the reason for that is, in doing the Aunt Prepper quest, I'll be driving around, and the act of driving around might then subsequently trigger survivor activity, so that I can ask for survivors and help them out. I think that probably sounds somewhat reasonable to me, so I'm not driving around for no reason. So I'm going to switch to Susita.
I've still got something to take care of.
And I'm going to have you guys vote, should we elect a leader? So the first question is, should we even pick a leader now? And if yes, then we'll decide upon one.
I have another task for you. Details forthcoming.
All right, and the Red Talon Agent is offering another task. So there's a bunch of quests. Looks like the first step to the Aunt Prepper quest is like actually kind of in our backyard, so it's not going to be much of an issue to get out that way. And the minefield, the incendiary mines are now reactive, which will keep us protected from incoming stuff. In fact, let's blow up this Pharaoh. Eat it, Pharaoh. The Aunt Prepper quest is like on the boundary of our minefields. It's going to be really easy to do this one, I think. I'll give you 2.5 more minutes to vote in this poll, if you haven't already. See, Simbi, thank you for the resub too.
That seems like the right place to look around.
No, you don't. So I think we've already looted this house, which means it's only going to have one loot item in the entire house, which will be the Aunt Prepper note, if I'm not mistaken.
Hello? Anybody here?
A combat knife. No, never mind. Maybe I haven't looted this place. So, no, I have. 7 of 9. So it only had 3 of 9 left to loot. I have been here. Hey, Omri. Thank you for the resub.
Must have heard that.
Well, that is a lot of stuff.
Breathe easy.
This is Cleo. Observed population density
Oh, there we
in
are.
area designated Trumbull Valley is beneath baseline target. Citizens are instructed to relocate to area designated Trumbull Valley at their earliest convenience.
Sorry, folks. Just a little radio malfunction there. Please, go about your business.
Found it. I found one of my aunt's prepper plans. It's in code, but if I decipher it, maybe I can figure out where she went.
So here is the note. A bloody note written in shorthand, many acronyms and strings of numbers. All right. Fair enough. Well, that was easy. Just to get that one out of the way. Another infestation horde from where the heart is. So there's, I think, 2 active hearts. And looks to me like you guys are probably going to have me end up electing a leader. I'm going to call this poll a little bit early and put up the 4 community members. So I didn't want a warlord style hero. Glencoe is a builder. Heat is also a builder, surprising. Vonda is a sheriff. And Susita is a builder. Alright, got it. So what community member to elect as leader? There's the poll. Did I do that right? Yes. Okay, cool. So, who they are and what leadership style they have. We don't have any active curveballs. Maybe what I'll do is a little trading while you guys vote on electing a leader. So I'm just gonna grab some things we're willing to part with. I don't really need a portable generator anymore because we have base-wide power. Flashbangs I don't find particularly useful. They're really only ever good against humans, but like if I'm going to throw a grenade at a human, you better believe it's going to be a frag nade or something. All right, and we'll just I'll just run this up to our neighbors to do a little selling. Three screamers back there. Noisy. Oh boy. What the hell is going on here? So my neighbors have a problem. As you may have noticed, there was 4 ferals and a juggernaut in their yard. I'm gonna do my best to kill them off.
Good.
But like, that's kind of a nasty thing to have in your yard. Get off my door.
Well, this thing's a junker now.
I'll have to repair it later. The juggernaut managed to get a hit in and
definitely know
blow it
I'm
up.
here now.
I'm also not really in a condition to fight all that well. So one thing you might have noticed that I did there is I held E, which is your like jump out of the car while it's moving button, which is really useful when your car's on fire or when you're bloater plagued.
Okay, I'm off the injured list. How can I help?
I'm about to drop.
And yes, I did yeet a flaming car into a gas station.
I can't let that screamer bring more friends.
That was weird. Bye, I guess. I imagined it all. It was all in my head. All right, there's triple screamers over there. I'm going to stay away from that. I was running back to my minefield so that I could just, you know, blow the juggernaut up the easy way. I was trying to take it out with a repeater crossbow. Forget it. It would take an infinite amount of bolts. This would not work. So we're down to just 0 repair kits in the car. That's fine. I deserve it. I did mess up driving. There's another infestation horde coming from the same angle. All right. Well, the good news is my neighbors didn't have to do any of that fighting, so they should be fine. That was my main concern when I saw that like horde on their yard, is that the horde was going to harm them if I didn't intervene.
Can one of you folks come over and give us a hand?
And the free riders want play samples. Okay, I'm happy to drive that over.
Take a load off.
Okay, let's see what you've got.
Sounds like a plan.
Ooh, they have a repair kit. Perfect. I'm also going to buy their bags of meds, and the reason I'm going to do that is we can turn meds into bulk cure because of all the samples I have. So, like, bulk cure sells for a lot. And it looks like it's a toss-up between Vonda's Sheriff hero style and Glencoe's Builder hero style. So if you haven't voted yet, please feel free to break this tie, or I'm going to leave the leadership up to a coin toss. For better or for worse. So it looks like Vonda's pulling ahead. Nope, now Glencoe. Oh boy. Are you just trying to keep it even? I think that's what you're doing.
Keep up the good work. I'm heading your way now, hun.
Well, thanks.
I'm gonna call this vote at some point, but you're not gonna know when. So if you want to keep keeping it tied, I'm gonna untie it at some point. All right, I should have just grabbed a few, but whatever. I'm over here to do radio broadcast is 7 minutes. Okay, so let's make one more bulk cure with all that meds that I turned in, and then we can bring the giant bulk cure around and sell it off as well. I'm trying to regain influence so that we can, you know, save up for recruiting people or save up for radio calls or something like that. All right, Vonda, congratulations. You're going to be our future leader. I'm going to hand off the plague samples to Samantha and then elect Vonda as leader. All right, what to do after that will be up to you. Let me add one more thing to this list, actually. A new option number 7.
The air is making my eyes burn. Must be a plague heart nearby.
So she wanted plague samples,
Hi there.
and we bring them. Oh, wait,
Take
what?
care now.
Oh. All right.
That's good news.
See you around.
The problem was the bulk cure that I made used the samples that were in
Don't be
my
gone for too
inventory
long.
first, so I didn't
See you
actually
around.
arrive with plague samples. Luckily, I know where to find them. I'll just go over to the cell phone tower real quick. So they wanted 3. There we go. Not like we have a lack of them, that's for sure. Well, that was weird. One of these screamers got triggered even though I was really nowhere near them.
Cool, thanks.
Okay,
No problem at
so
all.
their enclave bonus is
See you
combat
again real soon.
resupply. Got it.
Would you like to trade?
Yeah, okay.
And we just sold them bulk cure. So now our influence is up to about 1800. So combat resupply. An ally delivers combat resupply to a nearby location. Cool. So in the rules, I don't use freebies. So I don't use like the Ultimate Edition freebies, but I will use like combat resupply. So let's, I'm going to drive over close to the cell phone tower and then call it in. So that we can see what to expect within a combat resupply call. Supply drop.
Could I get a supply drop over here?
We don't forget our friends. We'll get whatever you need.
Cool. That's not what I meant to do.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Oh, no, I did use it. Okay. I just wanted to heal from having to dive out the vehicle. And the resupply is close by. Perfect. So I'm not intending to, like, ditch allies ever. But getting useful ally bonuses is obviously ideal. Especially if we aren't going to purposely disband enclaves. So let's see how good this supply drop is. How do they launch that? With an orbital laser. I don't know. They launched it with friendship. Didn't you hear her? She said, "We don't forget our friends." Alright. Looks like scouting around for survivors is the popular choice. So, light bolts, nice. Smoke grenades, frag grenades, and a machete. I think that's a net positive. I think we got more out of that than the radio call costs. So it's like a nice radio call to call regularly, I would say. And that's typically true of all the supply calls.
Easy. No more creepers here. Lucky they didn't hear me. Well, I found something at least.
So I'm gonna go over to the folks next door, sell some of the stuff I've got, and then we'll go scouting around for new survivors. Oh, I need to elect a leader, don't I? Shortcut. Maybe they have a very strong throwing arm and they just threw the grenades over there. Yes. That's reasonable. Just don't pull the pins first. Actually, I'm not even gonna go selling. I'll just look for survivors. Okay. Community. Choose a leader. Vonda. All right. She's our leader. So what that effectively does is it kicks off like a quest chain to win the game. It's not a short quest chain because you need to destroy all of the plague hearts in the territory first. So I've destroyed 4. But I've got, 24 to go. So we're not close to being able to do that. But at least we've started the process. They have a mission that they want to move out of this base, but I'm going to ignore them. Because we're not ready yet. Or rather, I don't want to. I only want to move to the biggest base, and everything in between, I don't really care. Because eventually you leave it, so... I'm shredding some of our equipment here so that I can set up minefields and keep our supplies high. Alright, let's see. We want to recruit new people. I think what I'm going to do is drive to areas that I haven't scouted and do the scouting in those areas so that we can perhaps meet new people. So I'm gonna go up to this corner here and try to find... Yeah, just drive around and get the lay of the land, I guess. Oh, nothing too fancy. I think to get there we need to cut across the water, which is not a fun drive. That's my least favorite pathing when you live here, but oh well.
Hey, Sheriff. Someone in our community was killed, and the murderer might be one of us. We need your help on this.
Copy that. I'm in. What do you need me to do?
So to begin your search for allies, take control of Vonda. I'm not going to be doing that right now, but that is part of the sheriff's winning quest line. Again, you can't really win until all the plague hearts are gone, and I'm not that close to being able to do that. But it's the first step. Whoa, that was a perfect roll, like I meant to do it. I haven't really noticed the deep water slowing the car down. Oh yeah, it does a little bit. Oh yeah, definitely. There's definitely a water resistance now. That's cool. There didn't used to be. And in the patch notes, I noticed that for certain vehicles, it affects it less. So like the 4x4s and the Jeeps and stuff like that won't get slowed down as much as like the sports cars, obviously, that get slowed down probably the most. So there's a cell phone tower here. I should be able to scout from that. And we are in dormant plague heart territory. So I need to be careful not to piss off... Oh no, this isn't where I want to be. I want to be further out. I need to be careful not to piss off any hearts, because I don't really want to. Paying for the upkeep of multiple minefields to protect us from multiple angles doubles the cost. And it's already hard enough to pay for the parts and munitions for the one, so I don't really want to have to pay for two. There doesn't seem to be much in the way of scouting spots here. It would have popped up on the map. So I'm mostly just driving around to see if there's survivors in the vicinity that ask for help, but not in this case.
Nearest plague heart, this should clear up.
All right, I'll scout one of the towers up ahead. And then re-pull. At some point, if the game doesn't want to like actually give you survivors, there's not much you can do short of disbanding enclaves, which is not something I'm going to be doing. Oh, cool. Free gas.
This place seems clear for now, but I know that won't last.
So there's a heart in the strip mall across the street.
I need a rest.
There's the drive-in movie theater thing. Or is that a carnival? I don't know what it is. But over that way. Yeah, the drive-in. Alright, so the heart's here.
I think that's another plague heart. I see a juggernaut nearby. Ugh. Bloater.
It's pretty rare that you'll spot like an enclave while scouting, but it is possible. So what did I miss? Something below me?
Okay, nothing more to see here.
So pretty fully scouted. No survivor activity, not that I could find. I think what I'll do is I'll scout one more tower. And then take a new priority. So we'll head to the town to the south. Pretty close to where we have the power outpost set up. I don't want to keep it silent. I don't have the plague disruptor, so I don't... Shooting them when they're already aggroed would be a problem. Well, I might want to get the rucksack of food from this business. One thing I know is with a population of 4 and pretty much no growing our own food, our food demands are pretty high. What is going on? Are they carpet bombing me?
I'm a little full at the moment.
Dear Lord. How many bloaters just exploded? 3? Well, but why? I wasn't close. I don't really have room for loot. I have room for like 1 rucksack, I guess. I was hoping to find one. Nope. Just some lousy nuts and bolts. There is this spoon and cone. I mean, I don't want to push it, right? I'm not really here for scouting. But I figured if I'm leaving the area, I might as well get a rucksack.
I guess it's...
Oh, that's a barrel. Oh, it's 3 pharaohs.
I can't keep this up.
That is my invitation to leave, if you're wondering. As they are less friendly than
That
most
isn't good.
neighborhood greeting committees. And now the plague heart's stirring. Yep, that's not what I wanted. So I'm out of here. I did want to actually head south, though. I'm heading north right now. So let's scoot back around. I feel like I wasn't making a lot of noise, and then like 3 pharaohs popped out of nowhere, and it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. I was making some noise. Enough to piss them all off. How goes the altruism? You know, try my best, but... We've been actually treating the other enclaves real well, we just haven't had a lot of opportunities to add to our own numbers. And occasionally when we try to help others, it doesn't go so well. Honestly, no fault of our own, just swarms sometimes get dangerous. So this is the town just south of Sasser Medical, which isn't exactly where I wanted to scout. I wanted to scout down this way. I just had to take a detour. But there is the homebot. You know what? Actually, let's pay them a visit. It's been a while. It's hard to get over here. Kind of sucks to get over here, so I have some junk to sell. Might as well sell it.
It's new, buddy.
Let's see what we have here.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, they have building materials. Nice. And meds. So I'm going to sell my thermite. Thermites are actually really good against hearts. So maybe I should keep them. Yeah, I think I'll keep them. Hearts are very fire resistant, but thermite is kind of in a special category, I guess, as you could say. Where it is
Would you like to trade?
fire, but it like sticks around. I don't know. It's good at killing. Well, it's better than most at killing hearts. I'm actually going to drive up to the landmark. Because the landmarks now you can drop off rucksacks too. And then go down to the southeast to look for more survivors. Yeah, it's fire, but it's really hot. Yeah, that's pretty much what thermite is, right? It's a very localized fire effect, but it has a high damage over time. So it's more of, it's essentially a fire grenade designed to kill hearts. So even though on lethal difficulty the hearts have really high fire resist, the thermites are still decent. They're not awesome, but they're still decent. They're at least decent against them. Making it maybe worth keeping. Thank you for tuning in to State of Decay 2 Red Cross, which originally streamed live on Twitch October 24th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow survivors.